Hello, everyone. My name's Liam. I've come all the way from Australia. I'm just going to jump straight into the demo. This is going to be a very quick talk, and I'd like encourage anyone to like ask questions, or whatever. So this is a Dappnet desktop app. So it's like a one-click install, and you can see a bunch of these apps here. You click and open the app, and this is just opening in Chrome. And what it does is it loads it from IPFS. So there's a local IPFS node and complete reimplementation of an ENS gateway running locally on the client. So you can see that loaded in about 2 seconds. And what's interesting about this is that this is actually completely built into Chrome and Firefox, native experience. So you can see there's a .eth domain up here. This is natively resolved as part of the browser stack to an IPFS hash, and it loads it completely on the client. It's HTTPS everywhere, so it's secure. There aren't any sort of mixed content warnings with the browser, and it just works. So we can load Tornado. We can load another DApp, for example, like Uniswap. We can even go to blogs, like Vitalik has a blog that he hosts on IPFS. And yeah, that is just a simple demo of what I'm building right now. There we go. You can also see the IPFS hash. So we've got like some metadata here, which will take us to a local gateway if you want to introspect things. So there's the hash for Vitalik's website. So yeah, that's Dappnet. It's pretty much like the most beautiful, usable way to access the permaweb right now. And I built this because, I mean, Tornado Cache was censored, and anyone can take, seize, censor a front end right now, and this is a way of accessing that. So, how are we doing? This is my very last minute talk. Are there any questions so far? No? Do you want to go into the technicals? Okay, let's do it. So we're just going to restart the DApp. We can see what's happening in the background here. Proof of work. So basically, there are a couple things going on. So we're starting like an IPFS daemon. This is Cubes, Kubo. IPFS daemon is pre-configured to be peered with like major gateways. So we've got Cloudflare, Fleek, a couple of others. There are multiple layers of caching involved. So Dappnet itself actually supports a couple of different ways of resolving domains. It supports IPNS. It supports the DNS link addressing system for ENS. And I think we can go into... Yeah. So there was a lot that went into basically building this to make it the most fluid UX possible. We all know the browser environment isn't really suited to running a node, right? IPFS Companion is like a great piece of software, but requires people to install their own node. So Dappnet is composed of both a desktop app and an extension. The extension basically routes, through this sort of SOCKS 5 proxy, hits up the desktop app, after which it gets to a gateway. Now the gateway is really useful, right? It resolves ENS content hashes from a variety of different systems. So Uniswap is one of these systems that, it uses DNS link, which was a little bit of a hassle to get around. It streams the content from a local IPFS node. It was started in the background, completely transparent to the user. And the dream is actually having a local IPFS node on every device, as well as a light client for Ethereum. And the last thing is it actually provides these HTTPS connections. So it installs like a sort of local root of trust on the computer in order to be able to generate certificates on demand which means that people building web apps don't have to really change anything. WebSockets is something that a lot of people use, and one of the things with the browser environment is that you can't use WebSockets over HTTP. So yeah, so there are a couple different things at play here. Yeah. So I think I went over the node, the gateway, HTTPS everywhere. There's a couple things that I'm excited about to build next. So the first one is accelerating IPFS. So the end goal here is actually to be able to deploy front ends, go to like, dvercel.eth, for example, and in 3 clicks, be able to, 1, buy an ENS domain, 2, buy IPFS content hosting on demand and completely on chain, and then 3, just set it up and let's go. One of the things with IPFS right now is it's a bit slow, and there's a variety of clients and people doing different things, and I think there is like a lot of different design space here, which I obviously won't get into. But what personally excites me actually is the idea of actually buying up internet backbones and putting IPFS on them. There's a unspoken truth that cloud services are extortionate in terms of bandwidth cost. It actually costs like maybe 10 to like 50x more to buy bandwidth and upload, download over AWS and Google Cloud than it does to actually use a backbone itself. So for $10,000 a month, you can rent sort of a backbone in America, Hurricane Electric. You get really fast speeds, kind of like a CDN. You're at the edge. And not just that, but you're actually able to push a lot of data down the pipe, which is really important for accelerating a transition. In short, like Jacob from Zora put out this tweet like a couple years ago when Uniswap first came out. And it was kind of prescient at the time, and it said something like, Uniswap, Coinbase, in future will just be another front end that plugs into the Uniswap capital network. And in my opinion, IPFS is actually kind of similar. I think that IPFS, content addressable routing, I think in future, Vercel will be a system built that just plugs into this hypermedia protocol, this new way of distributing content that's more robust and more sane and better for censorship and capture resistance. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know lunch is on. I got a couple of other things I'm working on. If anyone wants to come chat, I'd love to chat. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Liam, and if you'd like to learn a bit more about Dappnet, we got Dappnet.energy, which is a big Twitter thread describing all the system. Also, my name on Twitter. You can find that on the thread. And yeah, great to be here. Thanks, guys.